Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football back here at the Midlothian Heritage 7-on-7 state qualifying tournament. I'm here with the new head coach of the Temple Wildcats, Coach Chad President. Coach, appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us after you guys got off to a good start with a 1-0
yes, sir.
Here on the 7-on-7. Congrats to your kids there. And congrats to you on returning to your alma mater to be the head coach. I know we talked on the phone when you got the job, and now it's had time to – has it settled in yet? Like, has it sunk in that you're home and you are the head coach at Temple High School?
Yeah, it has. I think the honeymoon phase is kind of over. Now it's about just locking in, having a good summer, and getting ready for the season. So, playing 7-on-7 and stuff like that kind of gets some of your guys ready, mentality ready to start winning and building that culture and bringing it back to our program when we go back for summer workouts. So it's been good.
You mentioned culture, and it's not that long ago you played at Temple. That makes me feel old that I covered you when you were at Temple High School, but that Temple mystique and that tradition, that blue front, white back, and all the things that go into Temple football. And in the last couple of years, Temple's been good, but they haven't had those kind of deep playoff runs that I know the community is used to. When you look at the program overall, what do you think is going to need to be done and take the steps that need to be taken to try to take Temple back to that level? We know that the by-district matchups are tough, but when Temple's good, I don't think there's anybody in the state you guys can't play with. So How do you guys kind of try to restore that mystique and tradition?
I think it's just the buy-in from our kids, coaching staff, administration, and community. So I think that's the biggest piece we've been focusing on. And then I think kid-wise is just making sure we're taking care of business in the school building, because that's always going to translate to the turf. So, trying to tie all that in and put all that in together and keep the kids understanding that, like, you're important here, like you're representing this place everywhere you go. One town high school, Friday nights is all about Temple. And so that's what we try to tell the kids and get them to understand the importance that they carry and that they do have. And so, it's kind of been lost along the way. And it's not always all about winning. I think giving them a good experience while they go through high school and enjoying playing high school football, but, winning just cures everything.
You're a guy who played at the next level. And I tell kids all the time, that high school football is really the last time that you play, that it's really not a job and you're playing and it's fun. For you, what are your memories of being a Temple Wildcat? Is that the most fun you had playing the game?
Yeah, it was. Everybody talks about high school. Like I was talking to one of our coaches the other day, like I rarely talk about the times of playing in college. I can revert back to all the high school times of summer workouts, 7-on-7, the fun we had in the school building and outside the school building. Those are memories that just kind of stick with you forever, because that's kind of the first time as a young man or a young woman, you're kind of creating your own world. You're figuring out yourself in a lot of ways. And so, I look back on that a lot, and I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed where I'm at now. So like I said, just really trying to give that back to the kids and understand, like, social media is not real. You know what I mean? What you're doing on your day-to-day life is what's going to matter the most once you graduate anyway.
Now, you're a guy who played at Temple. I think you guys went to the state 7-on-7 tournament, and you were quarterback at Temple. As a coach, how are you during 7-on-7? Are you relaxed, or are you hanging on every play, or is it kind of situational for you?
I'm very relaxed. I think I just look for the things that we talk about, all off season, and what we're trying to build, just great attitude and energy, jogging on and off the field, positive encouragement, not calling your teammates out. And so those are the things I look for. And then, that quarterback position, what I mean? Sure. That can get me in and get me going. And so, you got to play that game a little bit. You don't want to scream or yell, because then you never know whatever quarterback it is. Luckily, ours is coming back again, so he knows how it operates. But,
you're taking notes, right?
Yeah, taking notes and seeing what's going on. And then we got some young guys out here that, are freshmen, sophomores, so kind of getting them some experience, building their confidence up. And so, just very relaxed, trying to have a good time, have a good experience, and then, win some games while we're at it.
Now, here's a question for you. You got the 7-on-7 uniforms. Can we see the shorts brought out next year? Blue front, white back, 7-on-7 shorts. Let's see if we make that happen.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, let's make that happen.
I'm going to have to give you credit for that.
All right. There we go. Next year, Temple 7-on-7. We're going to have blue front, white back. Looking ahead to 2025, 12-6A is always tough. A lot of traditional rivalries in that district where you have the clean schools. You've got Bryan, you've got Midway, you've got Coppers Cove. So always a balanced district. For you guys looking ahead at your 2025 season, what are some areas where you're feeling confident about? We got some experience coming back, and maybe some areas where, hey, some young guys, if they have a good summer, can win some starting jobs.
I think one thing we got going for us, we got 45 seniors coming back, or played on JV, and they got a lot of experience. So you look at a senior class of 45 football players. I mean, you're liable to have a good season, and so that's kind of going for us right now. And then looking at our schedule district-wise, I mean, talk about Midway, talk about Harkin Heights, talk about Clean Shoemaker with a lot of athletes. I mean, you talk about Coach Southern going to Carpus Cove and what he's done, you know, with his career and getting that going. And so, you know, I feel like one of our district is probably one of the best ones, if you know, in the state when it comes to just competitive, you know, teams week in and week out. And so, just trying to take it 1 week at a time, making sure we're focused on us, not focusing ahead. And, you know, so that's our biggest thing with our district. And I think our team understands that. You know, they grew up playing against a lot of these kids, whether that's AAU basketball, you know, 7-on-7 AAU, middle school. And so they understand, you know, what's out there. We just got to take it 1 week at a time and attack it.
There he is, Chad, president, the head coach of Temple Wildcats. Coach, appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Good luck at 2025, and we appreciate what you do for student
Appreciate you,
athletes in the
brother.
state of
Yes, sir.
Texas.
Thank you.